down close here. We'll go ahead and take this short. As you can see now, we will have broken out slightly below the prior pivot low, and we will have a slight hook down in the action line if this current bar closes down. Nuts, and I would have taken this buy. No, I wouldn't have, because it's right on top of the 930 NYSE Open, so that's a blackout period for me. Nice winner nonetheless, though, on a mini triple pivot divergence. Very good looking trade. If you're a trader that doesn't black out that 930 NYSE Open, that was gorgeous. And I like to see the momentum off of it, so who knows, we may end up, I'm going to cancel the order in the DAX for now, but I'm still stalking that. So I'll put an order in here, and we'll see if we get a pullback that brings me into this trade. I consider this lower rated, guys. I'm not convinced that there's, well, I'll leave it at that for now. I consider this lower rated. And that's why I'm looking at it at value. However, had you gone at the standard entry, you'd already have a target 1. The reason I didn't like the standard entry is that prior pivot high can often act as resistance. I like trades more where we're getting into them as we're breaking out of the prior pivot high. So what I'm looking for here is a pullback and then a go, and I'll take a fairly shallow target 1 if I do get filled, and then I'll lock up my stop, risking the amount on the remaining contracts that I achieved in the profit target. Okay, so we're in this trade, and let's keep a close eye here. I'm going to spread this out a little bit. I'm not feeling all that great about this one based on how we're penetrating back in here. Don't really want it to go too much further. I am going to lock up the stop below these pivot lows. There's no really reason to have much more risk than that out there. Normally I would average into a trade again. I'm not going to do that here. There's just not a positive enough confirming factors on this trade, so we're going to see if this can hold and take off for us. If not, we'll just take our lumps. Keeping an eye on the other markets here too to try not to miss quality opportunities being in a trade that's not as ideal. That's a little tough to do, but gold is transitioning a little lower. Standard entry, George, is always the open of the next bar after the signal. That's like the bare bones standard entry. A lot of traders, however, will demand that the action line is sloping with them. So I'm tempted to just bail on this trade, break even. Not real comfortable with it. Now that we just put in another leg to the downside, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my profit targets to a more even level. Try to get out of this trade without much damage. If not, you know, we'll just take our lump and move on. Watching crude oil over here, what I'd like to see happen in crude oil here is to form a little top, to form a nice little top up in here, and then head back lower. If we get a signal on the straight move down, I'm not going to be as excited by it. All right, so we're stopped out, and honestly, I like this short a whole lot more, and I'm wanting to see a breakout of these prior pivot lows is why I wasn't interested in going short on that signal itself. So I'm going to take a painful lump here if in fact this market is just in major consolidation and it's not really ready to move lower, and that's certainly possible. We got gold and crude moving lower here. I probably should have set my sights over there, but maybe we'll get this DAX market moving as well. Let's see if we can get back what we just lost. All right, target 1 hit and filled. We're moving pretty well here now. And took a target 2 there just in front of a possible DPTL line. Okay, so we just recovered our loss from the earlier trade by flipping to the short side. I'm going to go ahead and get short in crude oil. This is not a standard sniper entry. We missed the standard sniper down here. Why I entered this trade, guys, right here, is that we had 3 up close bars here, and our action line only moved up once. Okay, and that makes this a more intriguing area for me. Let's see if we're going to be able to take this back down. Couple of ticks into the profit. And there we go, trading app. Oops, didn't mean to move that. Okay, so our stop is locked up now. That worst case scenario, we will have a net break even on the trade. Okay, worst case scenario, net break even. We got a target one hit and filled. We got blue bars. We got blue bars. I'm going to go ahead and bail out shallow here. Okay, took a couple of ticks profit on the last contract, 3 ticks I think, simply because we're building in blue bars here. I could have held out. Okay, so I got a little conservative there. Could have held out and got a little bit bigger target, but we'll take it.